Hello, everyone. My name is Douglas Lealau, and this is my COVID data project. I decided to go with two counties in the Bay Area, which is in California, where I'm from. I did California also because it was one of the hotspots for COVID and was one of the first states to actually go on lockdown because of it. So, if we just go ahead and take a look, Alameda County is at 1.67 million, which probably now is probably closer to the 2 million range. And then I compared that with San Mateo County, which is at 771,000. Not too close to Alameda County. It's just gonna go ahead and show you the difference between the two, uh, because of the population size and things like that. So for my San Mateo County daily tracking, I actually use the San Mateo County Health website, which just kind of shows you the dates and the actual total cases by day and new cases by day. If you just go ahead and hover over a date, like right here, it's Sunday, August 30th, it shows you that the total cases on that day was 8,230. You can go back any day, so it kind of just help if I ever missed a day, just to go back to this and just kind of look for the day that I missed, and it just tells you the total cases, and then down here it shows you the new cases on that day. So like I said, if I missed a day, it was just so easy to use this, and it kind of just shows you here like age by group, cases by sex, total deaths by sex. It just kind of goes into depth. For Alameda County, I use the Alameda County website, which also kind of does the same thing as San Mateo County's website. If you just, like I said, if I missed a day, I could just go back to it, hover over a date. It shows me the number of cases that day, and then the new cases by like age group right here and race, and then it shows you the total cases up here on the left, total deaths. So it kind of just went into more depth. So it just allowed me to go ahead and just look at any day and just compare it to the other any other day that I wanted to. So like I said, if I missed a day, it was just easy to use this website and go ahead and track the data that I missed. And then here is the just my data for the time of the project that we have had. And as you can see, the new cases and total tests in Alameda County just like really outweigh the total tests and new cases in San Mateo County. Just like I said, just because of the difference in the population between the two. So Alameda, like I said, is closer to 2 million people, while San Mateo County is still under a million. So that's why you see like in August, like the cases in Alameda County were like 150 and above. You got 339 right here, while cases in San Mateo County were under 100. It had its moments where it had 121 people or 128 in August, but throughout the time, it was kind of like under the hundreds. Like I said, you're gonna have some days where you're above 100, but if you compare that to Alameda County, it's had its days where it's at 339. It's had its days where it's at 209, 67. But I mean, recently it's kind of trending downwards just because of the stricter lockdown that they've been in. And then if I go ahead and show you the positivity rates right here, the blue is Alameda County, while the orange is San Mateo County. As you can see, throughout the month of August, Alameda County was actually like way above San Mateo County in positivity rates, and that's just because once again the population is just way bigger. This is like when the lockdown was at its peak, where everything was pretty much locked down. And then, as you can see, in September, San Mateo County was slowly starting to creep up to Alameda County, and then from like the 11th of September to the end of September, you see that San Mateo County actually overtook Alameda County in the positivity rates, just because from August, December to September, the little transition, California was actually trying to experiment opening back up, and they did it for a couple weeks, and then they realized they couldn't contain COVID good enough, even with the mandatory mask in public and strict, like just opening up slowly with malls and salons, that they couldn't really contain it. So they started telling counties to close back down. And in September, San Mateo County was actually one of the last counties to actually close back down from California slowly opening up. And that's why you see like such a bigger positivity rate in San Mateo County than you do in Alameda County, just because like I said, that San Mateo County was just one of the last counties to close down in the Bay Area. Alameda County was one of the first to close back down just because it had bigger like cities and towns in it. So it was just like they had to close down. And then San Mateo was kind of trying to experiment still, like maybe we don't need to close down, maybe we can still contain it. So that's why you see the positivity rates kind of change in between those. And then if we go to the website, the article about is your state doing enough coronavirus testing, California isn't in the green, but it's not in the red, so it's in orange. So it's kind of doing its job. The positivity rate is at 3%. The hospitalization hasn't really seen an increase or decrease. So, I mean, from what I'm hearing, talking to my family that's back in California, they're still having mandatory masks in public. They're trying to slowly open, which is good for the state because they've been on lockdown since this thing began. So just to slowly open up, California has been doing its job testing. A lot of people have been getting tested. So California has been doing its job. It's not in the green, so obviously it could do a little better, but it's not in the red, so they're doing pretty good. And then if I show you guys this, it's the total test between Alameda County and San Mateo County. As you can see, Alameda County is just always going to have overall more total tests than San Mateo County, just because, like I said, the population is way more than it is in San Mateo County. 2 million to 700,000 is a very big number. So you're going to see more tests, but as you can see, the total tests in Alameda County has actually been kind of on trend. It's had its little increase in September, and it's had its decreases and increases in September, but it's throughout the month of August to the 17th of September, it's kind of stayed on kind of like a trend. But if you look at San Mateo County, it's been up and down and up and down. And like I said, that's probably just due to it being one of the last counties to close back up again after slowly trying to reopen. So that's why you see just these big trend differences in San Mateo County as opposed to Alameda County, just because they were just one of the last counties to close again. Even with the mandatory mask, it was just kind of like difficult just to have people in the same public spaces because, they try to open up restaurants and, people would sit down and just take off their masks. So that's why you see this big trend difference in San Mateo County as opposed to Alameda County. And that's my COVID tracking data project. Thank you for listening.